coming from all over the world. Our middle class is being crushed by Biden's crippling inflation like we have never seen before, really. Violent criminals are running wild in Democrat-run cities while law enforcement has been weaponized against Christians, conservatives, and people of faith. With your help, we're going to bring our country back from hell. Victory cannot come soon enough as we speak. The last remnants of our open border. It's a broken, disgusting, crumbling, horrible border. No country has ever had a border like this. The poorest country in the world never had what's happening. You look at these scenes of millions of people coming across our border. I think it's going to be 15 or 16 million people. That's more than New York State. That's more than almost any state. A couple have a couple more, but they'll catch them in 2 years. It's horrible. People are going into schools now. They're occupying schools. They don't speak the language. They don't even know what the language is. They're sitting with your children in schools. They're occupying the hospital beds. And look, we all have a heart. We don't want that to happen. We don't want bad people to be hurt. But they shouldn't be coming up. They shouldn't be coming here. And the way they don't come here is you say, I'm sorry, we can't take you. So that when they do come, you don't feel so bad about turning them back. But we accept everybody, and we can't take care of them. It's unsustainable for a country. It's unsustainable. This is the largest illegal mass migration in history. There's never been anywhere in the world, there's never been anything like this where 15 or 16 million people are going to come across the border over a short period of time. A record 300,000 illegal aliens were detected crossing the border in December alone. 300,000 in December. In December. We had the safest border in history. Think of it. We had the safest border in history 3 years ago, and now we have the worst border in the history of the world. In the history of the world, there's never been anything like what's happening. We built 561 miles of border wall. Nobody gives us credit for it. You know, if a 2x4 is laying on the ground that's 50 years old and rotted, they said, you didn't build a new wall, that was a renovation. Okay? So they said, yeah, we built over 500 miles of wall, but a lot of it was renovation. You'd have a piece of steel that's 90 years old laying in the ground that you don't even know if it's steel. It's rotted, rusted. And we dig down 9 feet deep and 30 feet high with steel, with rebar, with concrete. That wall is exactly what Border Patrol wanted. It has an anti-climb provision at the top. I never liked the look of it, to be honest. It has a panel on top. It's called anti-climb. I said, I'd like to leave it off because I'm a very aesthetic person. I said, it looks better without it. They said, the difference is they can climb over the wall the other way. They can't climb it. It's called anti-climb. I said, all right, I'll give it to you. I gave it to Border Patrol. We have unbelievable Brandon Judd, and then we have the great Tom Homan. You know that Tom Homan, Central Casting. I'd say he is Central Casting, right? And he's a great guy, and we have incredible people. All they had to do is leave it the way it was. We had the record in like 38 years, the record lows. And we get Mexico. You know, we got Mexico to give us 28,000 soldiers worth billions and billions. You know, when they say, he didn't get money from Mexico. What do you mean? I got more money than even if there was no legal mechanism for them to build the wall, give us the wall, build it. But they could give us soldiers. I got 28,000 soldiers from Mexico. And everyone said that would be impossible. We had, think of it, we had the safest border in the history of our country, and then they destroyed it like overnight, and people just coming in by the millions and millions. And a lot of people don't understand it, because how can that be good? How can it be good? It's so bad for the country, and I think they really are doing it because they want to sign these people up to vote. I really do. You know, I never would have believed it. They can't speak a word of English for the most part. But they're signing them up. They'll be signing them up, trying to get them in to vote. I think that's why they're doing it, because there can't be any other reason. Nikki Haley has been in the pocket of the open borders establishment donors for her entire career. Now, Nikki Haley's campaign is being funded by Biden donors. Did you know that? You got a lot of Biden donors. They're giving a lot of money because they want to take out Trump, because in the polls, I'm the only one that beats this guy. Can you believe that? Anybody should beat him. Nikki opposed my border wall. She condemned my strong border policies. And in 2016, she stabbed the Republican Party in the back by siding with, and she sided with, Barack Hussein Obama. But she sided with Barack Hussein Obama against us on the Trump travel ban, which kept us safe. We didn't have one terrorist attack in 4 years. I never could say it while I was president because I didn't want to do it, and then all of a sudden the next day they have an attack. I said, that didn't work out too well. But we didn't have one attack because we were tough. We were very tough on the border. We were very tough with the ban. We had a terror ban, we called it. You know, when somebody comes out of a country that wants to destroy the United States, typically they're not ideal. So we'd say, I'm sorry, we're not letting you in. Nikki Haley would also sell you out and grant amnesty to Biden's illegal aliens in her very first way. You know, she said, I will give them amnesty. So they come into the country illegally. You know how many people come into the country through legal means, and sometimes it takes them 10 years, and they have to study and this and that. They have to love our country. And now you have people just pouring across the border. Sadly, the establishment losers and sellouts lagging far behind us in the Republican primary cannot be trusted on taxes, trade, or anything else. They're globalists, and they always will be globalists. You know, when you're a globalist, something wrong with that because it really hurts our country. It really does. We can help the world, but we have to help our country first because this is a country that's got a lot of problems. On my first day back in the White House, I will terminate every open borders policy of the Biden administration, stop the invasion of our southern border, and begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history. We have no choice. It's not sustainable. I will shift massive portions of federal law enforcement to immigration enforcement, and we will immediately restore and expand the Trump travel ban on entry from terror-plagued countries. We don't want people from terror-plagued countries.